In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I went from new game to NG-NG+7 in Elden Ring without dying, all while never leveling up my character. Elden Ring is a hard game, but what's special about it is you can make it harder through New Game Plus, aka the NG+ mechanic. Every time you beat the game, you enter into the next NG+, where bosses and enemies are harder, since they deal more damage, have more health, and are harder to stance break. The game continues to get harder up until NG+7, where every NG after NG+7 has the same difficulty. To compensate for the higher difficulty in each NG, you are given more runes from defeating enemies. However, these runes will not be useful to me, because today's goal for this video is simple. I want to get from NG to NG+7 on one character without dying, all while starting with the level 1 Wretch class, and never leveling up a single time. To keep this challenge relatively doable, I am allowing myself to upgrade my weapons, which I know will annoy all you keyboard warriors in the comments. With all that out the way, let's get into it. For the most part, the first NG will undoubtedly be the longest NG in the entire challenge. Even though I don't need to go out of my way to gain runes to level up, I still need to collect the necessary resources and equipment to give myself the best chances of success. To start out, I quote-unquote die to grab the Scion. Obviously, this so-called death does not count, since we don't get the "you died" screen, and we also don't have our health drop to 0. Next, I talk to Melina, and then begin to collect some important items for the run. I grab Radagon's Sword Seal since it gives 5 free levels in Strength, Dexterity, and Endurance. Get some runes, pick up the Strength Knot and Dexterity Knot tiers, and lastly, get the Golden Val Ash of War and a couple Exalted Flesh. The first boss we encounter is Godskin Noble, all the way over in Volcano Manor, where we have a pretty clean fight. Cool. Next boss is Rykard, where things get a bit tricky. You see, Rykard has this annoying earthquake attack that is incredibly difficult to dodge. So, to counter this attack, we grab Val the Indomitable and put it on our shield. This Ash of War actually gives us invincibility for a full second, just enough to protect us from the attack. Killing Rykard is actually very important for this run. Not only do we have access to Assassin's Gambit, which helps us to not get detected by enemies, but we get the Serpent Hunter, which we'll be using for the entirety of the first NG since it has no stat requirements, making it wieldable no matter what level you are, and it's an all-around decent weapon. The next bosses don't really pose too much of a problem, but killing Godric is actually really important on this run because of his Great Rune. Since we get a free 5 levels from it in each of our stats, this makes it by far the best Great Rune for a level 1 run. Draconic Tree Sentinel is next, and he's barely a fight at this point in the run. Really hard game. Really hard game. After we enter the capital, we gather two fairly important items, being the Starfists and the Ritual Shield Talisman. The Starfists will be our main weapons for later on in the run, in the later NGs. But the Ritual Shield Talisman is very important early on, since, at full health, gives us increased defense. This allows us to avoid getting one-shot by bosses for the time being, which, as you can imagine, is a really big worry for a run like this where we don't have a lot of health. The next fights with Godfrey and Morgott aren't much of a fight at all. And admittedly, no other boss for a while is going to be much of a hurdle because, well, our damage isn't really lacking at all. Before heading to Farum Azula, I actually decided to take a bit of a break from boss fights and go around the map to collect crafting materials, perfume bottles, and physic tears. The most important one being the bubble tear, which negates 90% of damage taken for only one hit. Soon, this tier will eventually be our only defensive option in the run, since the higher NGs will one-shot me otherwise, even if I have the Ritual Shield Talisman equipped. We head to Farum Azula, destroy Godskin Duo, and then we go back to collecting more items. The most notable being the Omen Killer Cleaver, which we'll be using in later NGs against the Godskin Duo. Malekith gets dealt with, and before I kill the final bosses, I take one last detour to collect miscellaneous things, like bell bearings, wet blades, remembrances, cracked pots, and most importantly, the rot pot recipe and the poison pot recipe. The reason I get these is because of our good friend Gideon Ofnir. It may be surprising to you, but Gideon is actually the scariest boss in a level 1 run on higher NGs. Since we won't have the damage to kill him while he's monologuing, we would have to deal with his endless onslaught of magic. So, to prevent this, we hide behind a pillar and we throw rot pots and poison pots at him. It might be cheesy, but it gets the job done. And, well, to be fair, he's all-knowing, but somehow he didn't know we were here. We clear through Horaloo, Radagon, and Elden Beast without much issue. And before I was ready to go into NG+, I forgot about one last thing.
Then let us begin. I am the great Jar Warrior.
Okay, so as I said before, you can't skip the dialogue by pressing Y or by pressing A or X or whatever. You can skip it by pressing R1 though. Crazy. Anything else we need? For the most part, the next NGs are the same song and dance. However, I decide to ditch the Serpent Hunter and use the Starfists that have Cragblade on them. These are the main weapons that will be equipped for the rest of the run. We deal with Market, Godric, DTS, Radahn, and I actually make a stop by Guardian Golem to get the Blue Dancer Charm. The reason we get this will become more apparent later on. One interesting addition to this NG is the strat for Godskin Duo. Remember the Omen Killer Cleaver? This is it in action.
Where are you off?
The rest of NG+ goes by smoothly, as well as NG+2. However, I make a major change to my loadout in NG+3. I actually decide to take off all of my armor. This may seem counterintuitive at first. Why would you take off your armor that's protecting you? Well, because it isn't. Realistically, if I were to get hit by any boss at this point, I would probably get one shot. So I thought it would be better to have less weight on my character and equip the Blue Dancer Charm, which increases my attack power the less weight I have. The only thing that will be protecting me from here on out is the Opaline Bubble Tear. However, I do still have a trick up my sleeve. You see, if the Bubble Tear ends up breaking, I have Uplifting Aromatics as well. They do the exact same thing as the Bubble Tear, but they last for 40 seconds instead of 3 minutes. So if I ever lose a bubble in a fight, I just have to find time to rebuff. Now, all that's left is to speedrun through the rest of the NGs, and hopefully don't run into any close calls. Kind of scary. Holy. That's kind of scary because I lost my bubble to the fire. Got him with a cookery, dude. 4, 5, one more. Come on, come on, come on. I hate this game. Well... Oh no. This is the best case scenario, I think. This is bad. Really bad. There we go. There we go. Nice. Dude. Are you kidding? Okay. What are you doing? Good RNG. Could not see anything. Yeah. Oh, jeez. We got one more. We got one more, dude. Finally, we have the last one. This is by far the hardest NG in the entire run, made even more difficult by the fact that the stress levels are quite a bit higher than the other NGs up to this point. But it's fine. As long as I don't get hit without a bubble around me, things should go well. There we go.
Where are you off to?
Okay. Thank God I had a bubble. Nice. Come on, jump. Jump. Coward. Nice. Oh no. Yes! Fucking Kukri saved me, dude. Good job. Nice. I hate you. Calm down here. Oh my god. I hate this game. Let's go. Oh man. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Come on, dude. Holy. In front. Come on!
Oi, where are you off to?
NG to NG+7 Deathless Level 1. This was actually a special run for me. I achieved this run just one day before Shadow the Erdtree release for Elden Ring, and I got it on only my second attempt. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel to catch more Elden Ring videos around the corner. I'll see you on the next one, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.